It is back to school time also for college students. That means a lot of people will be moving beds, couches, boxes, personal belongings to their, campus apartment or dorm room.
A lot of stuff to keep track of, right? Joining us this morning to give some helpful tips and advice, owner of Two Men and a Truck, Tom Murray. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having us today.
Sure. So we were just talking off camera here before we got back to this. It's definitely a busy time of year with back to school. So what's a good moving checklist to have?
You should actually have two checklists. One list is the items that you're going to move personally, and then the second list is for the carrier to move. The things that you want to move are typically documents, jewelry, tickets, medicines, and make sure that you take keys to wherever you're moving to. The second list is for the carrier to move things. Make sure that they don't get mixed up, and what you want to do is your items, you want to put them into a spare room or a closet so the movers don't pick them up. The worst thing that could happen would be to find out that your box that you have is the first thing on the truck and you can't get to it.
Yeah. I mean, and there are some things that you can't move. I mean, as a mover, or that people should pack and transport yourselves. You mentioned documents and stuff, but are there actually things that you say we can't do those things, or it's just for safety?
That's correct. DOT prevents us from carrying things like flammables, explosives, weapons, live plants, pets. Personal items can be shipped. However, they're recommended to hand carry because some of them are very valuable or sentimental.
All right. What are some advice pre-move for packing stuff up? Boxes only, tubs, or what's your suggestion there?
The shipper should wrap everything and pad them accordingly. Make sure when you put them in the boxes, everything is good and tight inside there. Make sure there's no airspace in the top of the box so it can't be crushed when you're stacking them. Also tape them closed. Don't use the four-way fold on the top. And then appropriately put the proper label on it of what room it's going to go to or where it's going to be going. We have specialty items such as TVs these days are getting bigger and bigger. So when you buy a new TV, an 85-inch TV, I know it's a big box and everything, but it'd be a good thing to keep that box because that's a specialty item and they do get damaged very easily.
That's a good idea. I mean, we're mostly doing this because we're talking about college students going off to dorms and apartments. And I'm like, man, that's fancy. You're hiring movers for that? It used to just be like, get all your friends in a pickup truck or your parents. But those are good tips about filling the box to the top so it won't be crushed. If someone is going to hire a mover like you guys, I mean, best times to book movers, how far out do they need to plan in advance?
Book them as soon as you can. Schedules fill up fast. Weekends and end of the month are the busiest times. You can actually get better rates at the beginning of the month or during the middle of the week.
Oh,
all right. So once you book a mover, what are some tips in terms of how much time you should book a mover for? Like if you have a one-bedroom apartment filled to the brim with 3 couches, a bed, dining table, and on the 3rd floor.
it's a lot of stuff.
It's a lot of stuff.
It is a lot of stuff, and communication is extremely important. Movers use an hourly rate, not a fixed cost. So when you give an estimate of the items that you have in your inventory, the more accurate that it is, the better timeline and price is going to show up. A standard one-bedroom should be about 2 to 4 hours, depending on the drive in between the two locations.
So you're not doing
other things are also involved in there. If you have elevators that you can't use, if you have multiple levels, if you have a long walk, these all play into the estimate. And just remember, it is an estimate in the beginning. We try and hold it to the best that we possibly can.
But yeah, I was going to say you're not doing yourself any favors to try to be like, say that you have less stuff and just hope for a smaller estimate. Because when your guys get there, they're going to see how much you have, and you're no doubt going to have a higher bill.
Exactly. Some people think that they can and say that, hey, we have less items so that the price is going to be less. It's an inventory-based estimate, so the more accurate it is, the better for everybody.
Okay. Let's talk insurance. A necessity?
In the moving insurance industry, there is no insurance. However, there is an increased carrier liability. By state law, we have to provide 60 cents per pound. However, some franchises offer a larger amount, say, for instance, $1, $2, $3 per pound at a nominal rate. The Texas DMV is the governing authority for that.
All right. And also, we want to remind viewers that they should check reviews before they hire any moving company. You can check with the regulating agency. I mean, a lot of people forget that. Just think, oh, I'll go with the cheapest company, and then don't look around and see what other people have said about them. Where can viewers go to get more information about Two Men in a Truck?
They can go to www.twomen.com, TWOMEN.com. It's listed right up here, and we can answer anything for you. You can also call 800-345-1070, and they will connect you with the closest franchise.
All right. Tom Murray, owner of Two Men and a Truck. We appreciate your time this morning. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. You have a great day.
You as well.